So there we go, back from my first run of this new training block, nearly 12 kilometres at that sort of sub 2 hour half marathon pace. 1 hour and 6 of work today, and that was probably a bit harder than it should have been, but I'm still in recovery from my River 7 a-thon, which was about 3 weeks ago now, and heart rate was a little higher than it should have been, but this was a bit of a ploddy time trial, if that's a thing, just so I can run at that easy pace, see where my heart rate's at, and then I have to make a few adjustments accordingly. So I'm going to have to run a bit slower on my easy runs, but from the title of this video and this series, I'm going after a half marathon PB over the next 8 weeks. A few races in store. I've got a hilly half marathon, pardon me, I've got a hilly 10k to do, which is basically a free hit. I can just run that how I want to do it. That's coming up in a few weeks. After that, I've got the Great North Run, which will probably be a course PB attempt, which will be around about 1:43. Then I've got the Worcester City Half, which is one of my favourite races, if not my favourite race of the year. And I'm going to try and run a course PB on that one, which will need to be around about a 1:33. And then in 8 weeks' time, I've got my big half marathon PB attempt, which hopefully will be sub 90 minutes. It's as yet unnamed, and I'm not actually going to tell you what I'm going to do, just to keep a little bit of mystique in there, but it's going to be a fun one. I hope it is anyway. It's going to be a good 8 weeks, and I'm hoping that I can get into shape. So yeah, let's get after it. So I chose not to come down to session on Tuesday, just because I thought that might be pushing it a bit too much, because I want to not jump in the deep end, and I think that might have been, yeah, more of a cautious approach. So I just did an easy run instead on Tuesday, which I'm glad I did. But tonight, see if I can roll out a little bit of pace, which would be good. And yeah, I'm not sure how it'll feel. You know, if it goes horribly wrong, it doesn't really matter. But the game is always staying injury free and staying happy and healthy. So let's hope we can do that. So lovely evening down at the track. I tried to keep the pace as steady as I could, which proved a little bit more difficult than I thought. I kept the ship steady about 4 minutes a k, so that dream 10k pace for me. But it was tough. But pyramid sessions always are, aren't they? But pleased to have got through. And yeah, 10k running done. One thing I always like to try and do at the start of a training block is to do a time trial, like a 5k time trial. Just to, and it sounds cheesy, but just to see where I'm at, lying in the sand, all those cliches of training. But that's exactly what it is. I don't really know how much fitness I've lost or gained since doing the River 7. I don't think I've gained anything, or certainly not any speed. But I'm looking forward to just having a run around Pitchcroft today. And Laura's crewing for me, so she's on the bottles about halfway round. Good times, good memories, great memories. And yeah, so we're making a swift getaway after this, so we can't really have a natter because we've got a wedding to get to.
So close.
They're parking very close. It's not that close actually.
They're not. It just looks close.
It looks close, yeah. But anyway, so let's get to it, and quick lap round Pitchcroft. And I'm going to try and get the run done in about, I predict, 21 to 21.5 minutes. Now here's the jeopardy, right? When I do my half marathon, I need to run a 5k split in 21 minutes 15. So I'm going to start to panic if I'm a little bit over that today. And I'm really going to realise how hard this is going to be. Anyway, let's get to it and see how we do.
So just check my timekeepers are ready. Runners, get yourselves ready. 3,
Right, have a good
2,
night.
1, go!
You okay? Yeah, well done. $21.10. My stomach feels so sore. Oh, it burns. It's burning. But that's the bad news is half marathon pace. Ouch. Cheers.
This morning, great run, well done.
Thank you. Well, today is Sunday and I'm on my long run, which is going to be, if I've calculated it correctly, around about a half marathon. And again, if I have calculated it correctly, that'll put me on 50k for the week, which I think will be a pretty good return. So it's been a while since I will have done a steady road run, you know, at this distance. So hopefully today goes well. The last thing I did say to Laura was I'll probably be fine, I won't need any water. I'm nearly 3k in and I'm already gasping, so could struggle today. Anyway, let's see how we do. Hopefully around about 22k, and we'll see how we do. So let's get on with it. Well, I've made the call. I've made an emergency SOS call, and yeah, Laura's coming to get me. I'm just not feeling it today. I'm 16k in, just over 10 miles. So yeah, Laura's coming to get me from Aldi in a minute. I just don't think I can make it home. I just feel too tired. And not bringing water out with me today in 25-degree heat. What a silly idea that was. So it's been a bit of a hilly route I've chosen. And yeah, I think you've got to know when to call it. And I'm calling it early. Also, I did a hard 5k yesterday, or as hard as I could. And 21:10, so not bad. For you know, still in recovery from the river run, and maybe I'm doing too much too soon, hence why I can't complete a half marathon now. But calves feel a bit tight. Aerobically, I'm not the best either. So yeah, just a better idea, I think, to cut my losses. Okay, there we go. So I wouldn't exactly say that I've completely bonked on this run. I just know that I'm about 7 or 8k away from home. Miscalculated. I shouldn't really have done the run around the river, but I just wanted to for old time's sake. Bit of PTSD going on, running around the river, but yeah, I think you've just, once you take a big break from road running and you get back to it, you can't expect to pick up where you left off. Like my marathon fitness and my 5k fitness that I sort of accumulated over the summer, you know, I didn't carry it on because I chose to do the ultras, and I'm not subsequently where I want to be. So, but that's okay, because I know I will get back there. It's just a case of being patient and not rushing into it. So yeah, not quite 50k, 17k done today, so that's 47, 48k. So quite pleased with that. Anyway, let's see if we can find Laura. She's waiting for me at Aldi or B&M, one of the two. And yes, get a lovely little ride home. Who dis? Oh yeah, forgot to mention, we bought a camper van. How you doing, Daisy? You alright? We bought Daisy a new bed for the new van earlier today. Seems to be a big hit. So, welcome, and please everybody, meet Vinny. Vinny the camper. Thank you for coming to get me. That, I wouldn't say went badly, but when I got to that roundabout and realised I'm still about another 8 miles from home, no, probably about 5 miles from home, I just panicked a bit and I thought, I'm not going to be able to make it. So
yeah, but you did do a 12-hour day on your feet shooting a wedding. You barely drank any water. You got back late, and it's hot today.
Well, yeah, I didn't mention that. After my park run yesterday, we couldn't hang around at all. We had to run straight off because Laura and I had a wedding. We shot a wedding yesterday, and it was a long day. It was a long wedding. It was a. Normally it's like 8-9 hours, but yesterday was a 12-hour working day, not including travel. And we hardly sat down all day.
Say, not to mention you being on your feet all day, but you barely drink any water when you do a wedding. You just don't. You just work and you don't think about water.
No. So I'm not really feeling that good today. So maybe I was a bit optimistic coming into today, trying to think I could do a half marathon. But I'm pleased that I managed to get 17k in, which is not bad, and I've got something to build on now, which is pretty good. But what do you think of the van? More importantly, look at this. Look at these gadgets. I don't even know what any of it does. It doesn't matter. Look at Laura; she's loving it.
As long as we can sleep in it, I think.
Yeah, we haven't had a maiden voyage yet, and the maiden voyage of actually camping in it, we think is going to be the Great North Run, because we booked a campsite, and yeah, so
see how you do after it. Yeah. Like in the van.
I prefer the 12-hour wedding, I think. But yes, that's going to be fun. But anyway, this is the end of week 1 of training for that half, and not my best week of training, but really can't expect much more out of myself really, because of the river that's taken so much out of me.
Your nutrition's been bad as well. Sorry.
Why are you kicking me when I'm down? Why are you slagging off my nutrition now? Why are you watching what I'm eating?
You have had
I'll watch it.
2 pizzas this week. Like bad, like stodgy, fatty pizza.
That is true. We had a friend over for dinner the other night, and we had pizza. It was like picky tea. And then the day after, I had a pizza for dinner because
the Aldi stuffed crust.
it was after track as well. So I went to that same Aldi and yeah, picked up the stuff. They do a really good stuffed crust pizza though, and that's like heaven.
Can I just say, I'm all about eating pizza, donuts, crisps. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about that. But not 100% of the time when you're trying to train.
That is my problem, isn't it? I just think because I've done a half marathon, I can just go stuff my face. That is it's the worst drug for me is food.
I'm all about balance.
Yeah, you're so much better at it than me. Without you in my life, I would be such a mess. Because if it weren't for you, I would just eat bread, pizza,
Pasta.
and pasta. Yeah,
But like plain
pesto pasta. Yeah, no vegetables.
And like a whole bag's worth of it as well.
Yeah.
You've got no like sense of portion.
Yeah. And I've got a real taste for those Biscoff biscuits at the moment, which is bad. Yeah, which you may have noticed they've gone down. Hello and welcome to week 2 of the half, where I'm training to get a half marathon PB. So this is week 2 of 8, and I'm back at training tonight, back at club, and the session tonight is going to be quite a difficult one. It's never easy, but tonight will be quite tough. It's not. I don't think it's a particularly fast one. Just it will test my endurance. So it's 5 by a K with 600s, 2 of them I think as pickups at the end of the session. So let's get on with it. I had a nice rest day yesterday after my aborted long run Sunday. I've got 3 races in a row from this Sunday, the first of which is the Timbahonga 10k, notoriously hard and hilly 10k. Obviously it's going to be quite hot as well, so a bit of a free hit, and I've got no idea how it's going to go. Well, I'll be honest, I didn't expect that to go as well as it did. That was a good session tonight, and I think it went well because I ran in a group. So me, John, Merv and Kat ran sort of consistent reps, which was quite good to share the load, share the effort. And we all said we're going to run slower than we actually did. But it's the same story every week up and down the country, isn't it? We all say, right, we'll just do nice easy reps tonight, or it won't come out too fast, and then bang, 3k pace. Anyway, that was good fun. It wasn't quite 3k pace. It was in the last rep. I did a 3:39 average pace. Fair enough, it was for 600 metres, but the pace was there. Anyway, that's Tuesday's speedy sesh done. Looking ahead now to Sunday. Don't know if I'm going to do a hell of a lot more speedy stuff. I had a word with the coaches tonight, and on Thursday's club session I'm going to do the 800s, the planned 800 reps at sort of thresholdy half marathon pace. So nothing too quick on Thursday. Easy one Saturday. Maybe I might squeeze while running on Friday. And then yeah, it's race day Sunday. So I don't race many 10Ks. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing what happens on Sunday. But yeah, day by day, I'm shaking the river run out of my legs. I'm feeling better. I'm recovering better, I think. And yes, I'm running a lot better as the days and weeks are going on. So I'm looking forward now to the challenge of trying to get myself a half marathon PB and hopefully getting as close to or even dipping under that 90 minutes for the sub 90 half. So that's what we want to do. That's the aim. That's always in the back of my mind. I'm just going to make it happen now. Nice easy one today on the hills, on the lanes, and this is Daisy's first run of the summer. So this is Daisy's first run of her new block. We went to the vets the other day and got her measured. The vet even made a little comment because she got on the scales and she was a kilo heavier. A kilo. She's only 9.5 at the moment. So the vet went as if to say, well, someone's been hitting the old treat jar hard, and the reality is it's just been too hot to run with the dog all year, all summer. And today, it's like August the 28th, 29th. Today's been the coolest day I can remember in 12 weeks. So if it's too hot, obviously it's not fair to run with Daisy. And she's had a nice little break, nice little mid-season break from running. And now I think we're both ready to get back on it. Aren't we, Daisy? Aren't we, Daisy? Aren't we, Daisy? Daisy. She never listens. So nice, easy-ish 10K done with my little old mate Daisy. And it's so nice to be running again with Daisy. It's just so good to be running with your mate. And she is a good running partner. She does just make me laugh in the way that dogs do on the run. But that was a nice one. Daisy seemed to handle that really well, considering she hasn't done any running, well, like endurance running for, well, 12 weeks now, 3 months. And she's just jumped straight back into it without even stopping. So I'm sure she'll sleep tonight though. But looking forward to Sunday. Tomorrow will be another easy day. So probably just choose a park run and just do it nice and easy, or steady or something like that. And then the big one, not the big one, the Timbahonga 10K Sunday. So I've never raced that before, but I know Timbahonga Hill is quite notoriously bad, and I think it's right at the start. Then you do 2 loops of a countryside, country lane, and then it's the hill again on the way back. So yeah, I think it's going to be quite a difficult 10K. Anyway, let's see what the next couple of days bring, and hopefully I'll be ready to go Sunday. I've done about 48 wheeze today, Days. I don't think anything even came out of you then. So I'm 2 weeks in to my half marathon training block, and last week I did a hard 5K. Today I've done a hard 10k plus the training with club. You know, it's not been an easy start, so fair enough, I might be rushing this slightly and I might be coming back a bit too quickly, but fortunately I feel okay. Yesterday forgot to take the camera with me down to Parkrun and did an easy 5k with Daisy, which is a lovely progressive 5k by the way, because we started at the back and we moved our way forward, which was fun. Today I did a warm-up before the race, and with today's run that takes me up to a half marathon. I finished my race, my 10k. It was one of the hardest races I've ever done, which you'll probably understand why when you see the video. Hills on hills on hills, and yeah, well, that's a long story I won't go into, but I survived it, I got through it, and that's the main thing. I think I'm now on a top-up run because I'm after a weekly increase in my volume, so that's why I'm out running again. This week's been quite good, I think, and I'm looking forward to the challenge of trying to just increase the volume and hopefully get faster. So you've all been waiting patiently to know what race I've booked in for, and I'm happy to announce that I will be racing 6 weeks today, the Bruges half marathon. I'm on holiday for a couple of weeks, falls quite nicely. It's the last Sunday of our trip and it's kind of on the way home. So Laura and I are taking a detour to one of our favourite places on earth. Next week is the short and easy task of the Great North Run, and the week after is Worcester City runs, so really excited for the next couple of weeks. 2 great races coming up, and of course more training videos on the way as well. So recovering nicely from the river, I think. Speed still isn't there, the endurance still isn't there, but God loves a trier, and I shall keep on trying. So take it easy wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next one.